What's crazy is that yesterday was so bullish. And as I was going throughout the day, I kind of noticed the momentum gradually decreasing. And by time we hit around 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 a.m. going into Monday, I decided to make a video and saying the Bears were still in the control because everything that I seen across the board from a technical standpoint, it just looked like the Bears were still in control. Now, I didn't know that today we would wake up to Trump announcing tariffs on importing agricultural goods, right? And at this point, we've come to the part of the cycle where it's either going to be two type of people, right? You're either going to react to the news or you're going to react to the charts, right? In this case, both are bearish. Yesterday, it was bullish. So at some point, the smart person, the logical person here, and I know a lot of you guys who watch this channel, you are very smart. You are very logical. You would start to think that this seems like some sort of manipulation. And I made a comment on my live stream and how I said a lot of these elites are in bed with each other when it comes through to the entire financial market. It's not just crypto. It's not specifically just stocks. It's the entire financial market. And this thing doesn't just stop in any specific country. This is global. Global business is business. And at the end of the day, you're either going to react to the news or the charts. I personally think if you're in crypto, especially if you've been in crypto as long as I've been in crypto, the best thing to do at this point is just go live life, man. Go live life, touch grass, stop looking at the charts. You heard all the cliche things. I don't want to say it, but me personally, I plan on taking a long-term approach to crypto from here on out because short term, right? If you just look at some of the things that are happening in short term, we can't deny that it's bearish, right? We can find pros, we can find things that we want to see that are bullish, right? And that's what we do as naturally bullish people, anybody that's bullish or optimistic. But there also are naturally pessimistic people, bearish people, people who look at things and see things are bearish. I want to be a person that looks at things and see things for how they are, right? Not looking at crypto from a bearish or bullish standpoint. So my opinion here is if the trading tensions resolve quickly or Trump's broader economic policies, for example, potential tax cuts, the crypto support we're seeing, crypto strategic reserves, dominate, a bullish reversal is possible. So a bullish reversal, in my opinion, is possible for the last phase. Do I believe that we will get an altcoin season? I don't even think we should even ever use that term again, right? Because the one thing that I think a lot of people tend to ignore is the fact that we did hit an all-time high before the halvings. That's the first time we did that. So to compare either cycle in the past, any of them, to the cycle that we're in today would be very, 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 very hard, seeing that the cycle was technically broken because this is the first time that happened. I also want to make it clear here that if you're looking at the altcoin charts, right? This is the altcoin charts, right? This was the total 3 at the lowest point. I've been in crypto since the total 3 at the lowest point. I told you guys on stream here. This was an entire run of altcoins, total 3, but specifically these narratives, AI, memes, and gaming. This is where I made the bulk of my money this cycle. This was before the release of Pump Fund. And in my opinion, my portfolio peaked here right at the halving. Everything else since then has been choppiness and then what ifs, right? This has been the what if portion of the cycle for me for total 3, where I made money with AI agents, but also lost money with AI agents. So it wasn't like this where everything was just only up. So I would argue that yes, we never had an altcoin season at all, right? Ethereum never broke the all-time highs. And yes, the Bitcoin dominance never capitulated. But we need to not ignore that if you were rotating in narratives, literally, guys, I went back and checked. We had the gambling narrative that Rollbit started, where all of the gambling tokens was going crazy. Winter Protocol, Dubs, Rollbit, Wick, We had the RWA narrative where all the RWA tokens were going crazy. Rio went from 13 cent to 80 cent and higher, right? I sold it around like almost $1. So that's why I say 80 cent, but it went like higher, right? It's retraced everything. Rio and a few more RWA tokens that went crazy. You know what I mean? And let's not talk about the beginning, the first run that we've seen from AI and gaming tokens. I know everybody remembers the gaming run. Myria, PlayZap, GFAL, Lit Labs, all the stuff that was on AVAX running. Everybody was making gaming token content. Super, Neo Tokyo, Compete. I can go on and on because I had bought and sold many of those tokens. The official first AI narrative, where we seen Check Dot running, SDAO, Viot, Caspa, AGIX, all of this stuff. Look, I'm telling you, this was the golden age for me in altcoins. So when people say, yeah, there hasn't been an altcoin season, I have to remember that they're talking about the definition of altcoin season, which I truly respect. I just feel like if you were rotating within these narratives here, you made a whole lot of money in crypto, right? We had the halving, and then Pump Fund was launched, and that's when everything seemed to go downhill, in my opinion, for altcoins. Yes, there was a run here, but this run was based off AI agents. We seen AI agents run just a few months ago, right? This was the AI agent run, virtuals and Solana AI agents, right? The problem is with altcoins is that many people didn't rotate. They had the mindset of HODL, diamond hands. So anything that they bought up here in the last bear market or down here with those high market caps, they just held on to those throughout here, expecting an altcoin season that never happened. Now, I didn't know that this altcoin era that we had, because altcoins came down from here. September 23rd was the bottom to here. So far, this has been considered the top. You cannot deny it. That's a lot of gains for altcoins. I personally didn't know that it was going to be, looking back in hindsight, that it was going to be considered a market where we did a PVP rotational into different narratives to make our money with altcoins, right? Right? I didn't know that was going to happen. I got tired of holding the same coins early and not making money, and made in my opinion, a calculated decision to buy smaller coins, which allowed me to make more rewards. But a lot of that shit was high risk. And the reason I took profits in phases is because if you go check some of those coins, they could have came back. Well, most of them just died off because we got so many different coins. And everybody's narrative and everybody's mindset is so catered to different narratives. So it's like, I'm going to buy here, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that, I'm going to buy this because this is pumping, because this narrative is pumping, AI is pumping. Oh, NVIDIA just had earnings, let's buy AI tokens. Oh, Grand Theft Auto was about to drop, so let's buy gaming tokens. Oh, Ondo said in BlackRock and Larry Fink said they're going to tokenize everything. So now we're all buying RWA tokens. So if you were utilizing the news to rotate into these narratives, you made money. If you just held the same coins from 2020 and you expected altcoin season, yes, you didn't make any money. You're probably pissed. You're probably mad. Only people that did make money was the XRP people and the HBAR people. Everything else really didn't perform that well. That's all I can remember is like HBAR, because HBAR, had a nice little run when XRP was running. XRP was running, right? That's, in Solana, my bad. Solana. Can't leave out Solana. Oops, dummy. Can't leave out Solana. In Solana. AVAX had a little run, but Solana. I mean, we did a lot of people talk about Chainlink? They have the best tech in the game. Perfect example. So I think we just need to understand that certain people, the reason they made money is because they didn't if you didn't have conviction, you probably made more money than a person that did have conviction so far in this cycle. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. It's true. So right now, crypto is starting to bounce back as far as the interest. The interest is going up because there are a lot of bullish catalysts happening, but it's not, it's not showing reflecting in price now, right? It comes down to this. If you believe that this is the beginning of a new asset class, then you should be bullish on crypto in long term, because you know that this is just the beginning. This might be the end of this cycle, and I'm not saying it's the end, but I'm just putting it out there. This might be the end of this cycle, whatever you want to consider it. But if you're bullish on a new asset class, then you know this is just a bump in the road. And crypto itself, the total 3 and the total cryptocurrency market cap should go up and right, similar to what we see from the SPX. Now, short term, in my opinion, the only thing that can save us at this point is the Fed, right? I think the biggest thing I've learned in this market is don't fight the Fed. Don't fight the Fed. I'm going to tell you why. When they was cutting the rates, when they was raising the rates, everything was going down. When they was raising the rates, everything was going down, but we kept buying because we thought that crypto was going to bounce. But again, we were fighting the Fed because they were raising interest rates, which is a bad environment for risk on assets. Next time, we know this. We're not going to do this. We're not fighting the Fed. Then the Fed started cutting rates. And what happened? Crypto started going parabolic. When the Fed cut the rates, the euphoria was parabolic. Everybody was happy. People were making money in crypto. Soon as the Fed started pausing again, guess what happened? Everything stopped. Everything halted. There was little bubbles here and there that popped off, but it wasn't like when they were cutting the rates. So the one thing, if I picked up one thing in this market, is don't fight the Fed. If the Fed is printing and cutting rates, we're bullish. If the Fed is raising rates and tightening their balance sheets, we are fucking bearish. If the Fed is cutting rates but still tightening the balance sheet, 50-50. We could be a little bit bullish in certain bubbles, but we're going to have corrections in certain bubbles. Point is, don't fight the Fed. At this point, this is the only catalyst left that's going to save this market. Quantitative tightening stopping and just quantitative tightening stop. I don't want to give you too much hopium and say QE, but just quantitative tightening stopping. Now, long term, if we don't stop this and the economy goes into a recession, long term, that's bullish, because now you got an opportunity. You know it's about to happen. You're like, you know what? I can cash my chips out, put them on the table in the stables, let the recession happen, right? Let the market crash. Let the black swan event happen. And we know with Trump in office and everything they've been doing with crypto, we're going to have a V-shaped recovery. And yes, a lot of those cryptos you down on, cut your fucking losses, buy back as low as you can. This is if we crash. And, expect a recovery, because nothing goes down forever. I don't think like the market is just going to nuke and go down forever, right? Unless some type of quantum attack happens. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. I think the only thing that can save this market at this time is the Fed. Bullish news from the Fed, because we just got crypto strategic reserve news, and it was bullish. But then for some odd reason, Trump comes out and announces tariffs the next day. It's your boy Crypto Millie. I'll see you in the next one.